Call of Duty Zombies. One of my favorite game modes to play and home to one of the most iconic things in video games, the mystery box. I've wanted a mystery box for the longest time now, but all the ones that I see online are either just like way too expensive or don't look accurate and I thought to myself, I feel like if I want one, I probably have to build one myself. But wood is really expensive and I don't have the money to spend on wood. So the other day, when I heard that we were tearing down a fence in the backyard to throw out, I thought, don't mind if I do. And now that I have the wood to build the mystery box, it's time to make a game plan and get the rest of the stuff I need. Step 1. Take apart the fence into the pieces of wood that I need. Step 2. Buy the rest of the stuff to make the mystery box. Step 3. Cut the pieces of wood down into the size we need to make a mystery box. Step 4. Build the mystery box. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. I mean, we're kind of oversimplifying it, but whatever. Instead of me talking about this, I think it's time to start step 1. Take apart the fence. So we are here right now with the fence that we're wanting to turn into the mystery box. Peep this fence. One thing that my dad pointed out that I didn't even notice until just now is that this wasn't even just a fence beforehand. This fence was a pallet. This tree has served a good life. Turned into a piece of wood, turned into a pallet, turned into a fence, gonna be a mystery box soon. We got the scale here because I just wanted to see how much this piece of the fence weighs. So yeah, we're gonna hop on the scale right now. Tyler, if I break your scale, I'll pay you back. 110.2 pounds. It's not a small fence. I think it's time to start the epic montage of us deconstructing this into the scrap wood we need. So just finished taking the fence apart. I forgot to show a clip of all the wood we got, but we got more than enough wood. So yeah, now that we're done step 1, now it's time to move on to step 2. Gather the other supplies. I already have a bunch of the miscellaneous tools and things I'll need to build this mystery box, but there's 4 main things that I need. Well, technically 5. The number 1 thing was wood. We got that now. We have the pieces. I need to get 2 hinges, a latch, spray paint for the question mark, and some rope for the handles on the sides. We're gonna go get those supplies at Home Depot, I believe. There we go. Yeah, we here. As you can see, we arrived at Home Depot. We've acquired some of the goods I need. So far, I got the 2 hinges, and we got the rope. We got the rope around my neck because it's easier to carry that way. Makes for a dope necklace. Shout out Linwood for cutting the rope for me. Beauty work, let's go. Now I just gotta find a latch and some spray paint. Time to go find the latches. I'm not gonna lie, all the latches they got here aren't really close to the latch on the mystery box, but I don't think we're gonna be able to get an exact carbon copy, so we're just gonna go with the latch that's the closest. Chest latch, don't you mean Call of Duty Zombies mystery box latch? Don't mind if I do. Nice. Now all I need is some spray paint, yellow. Factory-like finish on wood, metal, and more. Good enough. Now it's time to pay. Loot secured, can't go wrong. And yeah, you may be wondering, Cole, did you use a Pokemon card to pay for your loot? As you can see, I got my bro table saw here helping me cut these pieces of wood, so we're gonna cut these pieces of wood down so we can use them to make the box. Here we go. Listen to this thing purr. So sick. So we got all the wood cut now, and now we're starting to actually build the mystery box. Right now we got the base. We're kind of capping a bit though, because the bottom of the mystery box, we're actually going to use an old piece of plywood because it's one solid piece. Right now I'm drilling in these bits of wood into the sheet of plywood to make the framework for the walls. Time to get drilling. ASMR. Framework part 1 done. Time to do the other side. We have now flipped the board over, commence drilling. All guys know about that. When you grab the drill, you always have to hit them with the beep beep to make sure it works. You can't just grab the drill and be like, okay, you gotta grab it and go. It's a guy thing. Time to move on to the end pieces. Board board number 3 done. Now it's time to move on to the last board. We are now on to the last board. You guys probably didn't think I was going to switch up the camera angle, but I did. Had to do it to him. Foundation done. Now that all the wood has been cut and the foundation for the walls have been built, we need to start assembling the pieces of wood into the walls. Actually, I'm recording this after I already made a wall. Just look at this. Look at that. It's a wall. Trump would be so proud. Just kidding. This is a non-political podcast. It's also not a podcast. We got this wall. I have another wall over here. Now we got to build the long wall for the front and back. I got the tape measure here. These 4 pieces of wood, they're going to go underneath these pieces of wood, and then I'm going to drill into it to connect these 2 pieces and these 2 pieces together. So yeah, I got the pen, and I'm going to mark down where exactly I want to drill these pieces of wood in, and then we're going to drill these pieces of wood in. Commence the drilling. There we go. Now we have drilled all the pieces in. We got wall number tray wall down. Time to move on to the 4th one. Now it's time to finish the walls. Wall number 4 done. Let's go. Let's go. Insert the baby meme. Insert the baby car. Let's go. Now that we have all 4 walls built, I got this rope here to use as a handle for the side. I don't want to put the walls on and then be like, oh wait, I forgot to drill holes for the handles to the side. So we got the drill bit. We're gonna drill some holes, bop, bop, on both side walls, and then we're gonna feed the rope through, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this works good. Look at that handle, not too shabby. Wall with handle number 1 done. Time to move on to the 2nd one. Now we have 1 wall with a handle, 2 walls with a handle. Now that we got all the walls done, I think it's time to screw these walls on. So before screwing in the side walls that have the handles, I decided to add some pieces to give it support on the bottom frame. Let me show you guys. So I added these 2 pieces of wood. I'm about to do it on the other side. And I added these 2 little blocks on the bottom part. So when I go to drill this on, it just sits perfectly. I mean, it's not like perfectly there, but it's gonna sit pretty well good. Also, this piece of wood gives the front wall when I'm drilling it on somewhere to drill into. So I'm not just drilling everything into the bottom. I'm drilling some stuff here too. We're gonna finish drilling those walls and put them on. So now I have wall number 1 with the handle, wall number 2 with the handle, the front wall, the back wall, and the bottom foundation. It is time to put these walls on the foundation. Whoa. We have ran into an issue that I did not think I was going to run into. The drill is dead. Now I got the battery charging. So yeah, now we're gonna have to chill and wait 5 minutes for the battery to charge. You know, we're just chilling here, chilling in a chair, you know, just waiting for the battery to charge. While we're waiting though, I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna go grab a snack. Epic parkour. That dog is barking at me for grabbing my grapes. Peep the snack, we got grapes. Shout out mom for cooking it up good in the garden with the fire grapes. Yeah, we're gonna eat some grapes while we wait for the battery to charge.
10 hours later.
Those grapes were delicious. Time to go check on the battery. Look at that, 3 bars. All it took was eating some grapes for the battery to charge. Now we got all 4 of the walls done. It is time to start making the top part. Now we got the top done. The most iconic part of the mystery box, I would say, is the question marks on the top. So I got my stencil, I got my spray paint. So yeah, we're gonna start doing some arts and crafts and make this stencil, and fingers crossed this works good. Ah, don't fall off. The printout of the question mark on the yellow stencil, I taped it on. So I'm gonna use this knife, cut it along the whole thing, and hopefully it cuts through to the yellow part. And hopefully that is good quality. I think I could actually be a surgeon. Oh my God. I was trying so hard not to slip my hand while cutting this paper. I wanted this to be so precise, but look at that. Look at that stencil. Pretty good, pretty good. Got the spray paint. We're gonna practice spray painting this stencil onto this piece of wood just to see how it sprays basically. I don't want to try the spray paint onto the top of the mystery box for the first time and then I mess it up somehow. So yeah, we're gonna try on this piece of wood. But before I do that, I'm gonna grab some saran wrap to put over the lens of my camera so any spray paint fumes don't get on my camera lens. I feel like Dexter putting plastic wrap over the camera. I hope you guys don't suffocate while this plastic wrap is on the camera. Moment of truth. We're gonna go put this in the sun real quick so it dries quicker, but I'm not gonna lie, I think while I was spraying, the piece of paper lifted up and this paint went through, so when I tape this on, I'm really gonna have to make sure I tape it good. It is now the next day. The spray paint indeed bled a little bit. Here's the question mark. Like, for the most part, looks good. Like, this is good, but then, like, here it all bleeds, and we don't want the mystery box to go like that. And it, like, bleeds a bit too much here. So, I think what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get this green painter's tape. I'm pretty sure it's literally called painter's tape. I'm gonna put this green tape all along here, put the stencil over, use the stencil as my outline to cut the tape with the knife, take the tape off, so it's like a question mark outline with the tape around the edges. We got question mark number 1 done. That took me so long to do. Time to replicate this on the other side now. So I put some tape in between because I don't want to get spray paint anywhere on the board. I was gonna tape off the ends, but I thought I'll just have good aim. I don't know why I didn't think that for the middle part, but I'm halfway through now, I can't just stop. I got a hair dryer because it is not as sunny as it was yesterday and I want this to dry quickly. So we're gonna spray one of the question marks, hair dry it, spray the other question mark, hair dry it. And then fingers crossed, knock on wood, this turns out good. I think I've been blow drying this long enough where I grabbed some toilet paper and I literally am just dabbing around the whole thing. Nothing, no paint. I think this is dry, so fingers crossed, knock on wood, when I take this tape off, it looks good. Oh, fuck off. Oh, I'm already seeing parts that are fucked up. That is disappointing. Ugh. Oh, what the fuck? No! Oh, it really fucked up here. Now I'm gonna have to see if I can get rid of this paint somehow. There's actually no way for me to get rid of the spray paint. It is paint. Once paint dries, that stuff stuck there. So yeah, instead of me worrying about the mess up, I'm gonna see if I can make this mess up blend in. And what I mean by that is I'm just gonna make the question mark font just a bit bigger. And instead of me using the spray paint, we're gonna use a paintbrush and just like brush it very carefully. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, that works. But yeah, I'm on my Picasso stuff. I got a paintbrush. Hopefully this works. So you never know until you try. So we're gonna try. We used the paintbrush, we painted the edges, I let it sit overnight, and now we're gonna take the tape off and fingers crossed, knock on wood that this looks good. And depending on how this looks, I'm just gonna take a Sharpie and go around the edges if there is any more bleeding and just like draw an outline of the question mark just so the question mark pops a bit, but fingers crossed, knock on wood, this works. Ooh, that actually looks, yeah. You know what? No, that's good. This question mark is good. It may be a question mark, but I'm not questioning the results. This looks good. Time for the other one. This other one's starting off to not be as good, but oh, no, that's pretty good. You know what? I think I'm happy with this. I gotta show you guys though, 1 second. Here we go, question mark review time. Not half bad, a little bit of bleeding, like a little bit there, but like it's not too much where it's distracting. It almost like fits the theme of it being like a old mystery box. Pretty good for the most part. A little bit there. This bleeding over here is from when I spray painted it, but I mean for the most part, that looks sweet. That looks sweet. I'm happy with that. So I could totally leave it as is because I think this looks pretty good, but I do kind of want to Sharpie the outline of any of the fuck ups. And also because I think the Sharpie will really make the question marks pop. Because I'm about to do this, I really hope, fingers crossed, knock on wood, that this turns out good. And I'm not questioning my actions after I've done it. But yeah, we're gonna give this a shot. This is good. I'm happy with this. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Now that the question mark's done, I think it's time to get the hinges to attach this to the top of the mystery box. So I got the hinges on here, but before I put the hinges on, this piece of wood is not thick enough for me to drill the hinges in, and the wall is not thick enough for me to drill the hinges in either. So I got these 4 pieces of wood that I'm gonna put like on the wall, on the bottom of the top, just so when I'm drilling the hinges in, it's not in this thinnest piece of wood. It actually has something to drill into. So yeah, we're gonna do that real quick. Time to screw the latches into the back. I gotta move the camera because it's in the way. Now it's time for the finishing touches. I have a latch here so you can actually close the box and lock it. Just gotta turn the mystery box around. Latch. Look at that. We got the latch on. Now I'm just doing the last finishing touches, putting these little pieces of wood on the edge, one there, and then 2 on the other side. Drum roll, please. Sorry, Squirtle, we're putting this right on your head. That's actually not into his head. As you can see, the mystery box is done and completed. I gotta say, I'm very happy with how it turned out. The Sharpie over the mess up on the paint too, actually turns out it looks pretty good right now. So you know what? Not too bad. Let's give this thing an open. I love the sound when I open it. We're gonna have the microphone really close. Open the box. That sounds so cool. Open sesame. We also got the phone on deck showing inside the box. We got add some hay to the bottom of the mystery box, because if you look at the mystery box, like when you're hitting it or like when it's opening or closing, it actually has a bit of hay on the bottom, and I thought, why not? Would look cool. Got the handles on the inside, all the wood handles, the support pieces for the hinges. Let's look at the handles from the outside. Look at that. Not too shabby. Yeah, I gotta say, all in all, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I mean, look at this thing. This thing looks sweet. Or let's tilt it over so you can see it better. Look at that. How sick is that? I think that we're actually gonna leave the mystery box here forever. This is just gonna be the permanent spot where the mystery box is. I think that this is a great spot to display the mystery box. I'm gonna take a video on my phone to show you how it's set up in my room. As you can see, it's a perfect spot for the mystery box. Totally not in the way or anything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this mystery box. I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed doing this, because, you know, at first when I had the idea of turning a fence into a mystery box, I wasn't 100% sure if it was gonna be possible, and here we are. It was possible, because I got it right here. Yeah, thumbs up. Put the phone down, 2 thumbs up. One last thing. Yeah, you know that. You see that? Yeah, we got the Lego ray gun. You know I have that Lego ray gun. I think it'd be perfect for me to put the Lego ray gun in the mystery box. That's the best way to end it off. So now, whenever someone comes over and is like, hey, why is there a mystery box in your room? I just say, I don't know, hit it. Let's see how your luck is. And then they get their ray gun.
Let's go.